On October 23, Defense Secretary Delfin Lorenzana announced that the battle over Marawi had ended. However, the struggle is far from over as almost 400,000 individuals have been displaced due to the 5-month-long armed conflict that began in late May. One of the organizations that have been on hand to help the internally displaced persons, or IDPs, is the United Nations Refugee Agency, or UNHCR, who have been there since May 27, 4 days after the conflict broke out.
Most of them, the Maranaos, they would help their Christian friends to evacuate first because they knew how, if they felt very afraid, how much more their Christian friends. So they would help their Christian friends evacuate first before evacuating their own family. So there are stories of hope.
Currently, UNHCR, NGOs, and the government are working to alleviate the struggles of the IDPs through relief packs and identification cards. However, total recovery will require addressing more than the immediate needs.
It's not as simple as saying armed conflict, because there's so much more than that. Of course, so much is at play, like the peace process. Most of them have been disgruntled by the slow pace of the peace process. So UNHCR, we work with the government and other partners to make sure that these root causes are tackled. Because so long as these are not, addressed, the problem of displacement will be recurring. And there's a misconception that in Mindanao, it's all war. No, it's a misconception. They need our support, and they need our support in simple things such as being aware of the peace process, where it's at now, the status of the BBL, where it's at now. They need. I think it starts with being aware and correcting the misconceptions surrounding.
Meanwhile, Dr. Jose Ames Racina, a political science professor at DLSUD, explains the need to address the root causes of unrest in Mindanao.
I think the Bangon Marawi incident is used to rehabilitate Marawi so that it can rise again. But in terms of unrest, it will always be there as long as the needs of the people in Mindanao are not being addressed. Because if the people are prosperous, then the problem is they have no food to eat, so they will resort to arms. But if they are happy, they are developed, and people are satisfied, then I don't think they will accept this ISIS or any other group. So the secret there is to make the Mindanao a prosperous territory. And then
Muhammad Ibrahim, Imam of Mosque Al-Huda in Tagaytay City, shared what he hopes will ensure long and lasting peace in Mindanao.
Naibabalita ng mga Muslim ay masama ang nila. So yan ang purpose na tabligh, paano ma-revive ang reality ng Muslim. Dahil ang Islam, ibig sabihin kapayapaan.
Meanwhile, Rabia Abdul Karim and her niece shared their experiences living in Mindanao as her niece escaped the Marawi siege on the first day of the battle.
Kasi usually sa amin sa Mindanao, 3 araw, inisip namin mawawala na yung gulo kasi minsan yung mga tao doon nasanay sa may nagpuputukan, pero after 3 days or 1 week, nawawala yung putukan, ganun. Pero hindi pala inasahan na yun, ahantog dun sa matagal na 5 months.
So, nalaman na po namin na may gera na pong mangyayari. Tapos, pag gabi po, nung 5 AM po kinabukasan, nag-prepare na po kami ng para makalis na po kami doon.
As of now, Marawi City has only started on its long road to recovery. While the battle is over and the city is free, over 400,000 internally displaced persons still have an uphill fight ahead of them, one that will require the country to address the root causes of protracted displacement, not just in the city of Marawi, but in the entire area of Mindanao. Anri Chimura, Verity.